Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's tax season and I'm sure everyone is trying to file their taxes, probably like me, last minute. So the deadline is usually end of April, but sometimes it could be May 1st or May 2nd, depends on whether it's a weekend. But you could always give Revenue Canada a call if you're not sure, or have any questions you might have. They have a toll-free line where you can call in for any tax-related questions that pertains to your situation. So one of the software I use is ufile. You can easily upload it from Google. If you need more help, maybe you can leave me a message later on, and I will try my best to share with you what I know. So before you file your taxes, there are actually lots of free tax clinic out there. I'm not sure whether you're aware of. So basically, under Google here, you just type in Community Income Tax Program. So once you do that, there's a link here is canada.ca free tax clinic. So these are for like free resources for people who are low income. You can actually get your taxes done at the free tax clinic, where there are volunteers doing taxes for you for free. So that could save you lots of money. I know sometimes if you go to some other companies, they actually charge per slips for doing taxes for you. So so to find a free tax clinic, you can go to this directory here, and you can choose the type of clinics you want. Some, like, because of COVID, it could be virtual right now if you want to have volunteers do it for you, or you could be by appointment. So it depends on what type of clinic you're looking for. So let's say by appointment, and you live in the province of Alberta or BC, right? Depends on which province you live in. You just choose, and then you can choose, like, the town, the city. So let's say we pick Coquitlam, and then it says, okay, you looking to do taxes in the current year, or for current and last year. So let's say I'm looking for current year, and then you're looking for, like, maybe other languages you want. So let's pick English for now, and then you go search, and then they will tell you, actually, there's an address where people can do tax for you for free. This is usually applies to low income family. So there are lots of information here. You can definitely look into it. And there's also about free tax clinic here, and you can find out if you're eligible. And usually the eligible criteria is as follow here. So usually it applies to a simple tax situation. You have low income. They usually do taxes for people for, like, family size of, like, let's say, based on their income. So low income is as follow here. So if, let's say, you're one person, if your income is 35,000, you're actually eligible for free tax return. So so you can always check this income level. If you, let's say, you have like 5 people in your family, and the low income criteria is 52,500 here. So just call this number if you're not sure. You can call this number 1-800-959-8281. So these are the tax-free tax toll-free number you can call, or you can actually call 211. It's a community service. And then you can call them and find out, like, the nearest clinic for you. And I find 211 is a very good number where you can call. And this is actually 211 Alberta here, this applies to. And yeah, so you can actually call this number when people need help. Like sometimes I see there's homeless people like during winter time, and they're like stranded. You can always call 211, and they actually can send like a emergency information to whoever, or who refer you to the right place. Yeah, but of course if it's like emergency, you probably want to call 911, but 211 is pretty good number because it gives you a lot of resources for seniors, for your employment, anything you name, anything you want to find out about financial support, health, seniors, housing, anything. Yeah, so this is pretty good number where you can refer to. Even sometimes I see dead animal on the road. Actually, the other number to call is 311. Yeah, city services. And you can call 311 to let them know you saw like a dead animal, where you can ask them to come and pick it up, so that to maintain road safety. So yeah, these are some of the information I know about free services. Yeah, so let's go back to actually here, sorry, click on the wrong one. Yeah, so let's go back to ufile. Okay, so usually once you uploaded ufile from the internet, ufile actually is being used by CRA as well. Yeah, so this is what the community volunteer income tax program, the volunteer use. So they probably will start the tax return by asking you some interview questions, having you providing them like identification here, to put in your name, your last name, your social insurance number, your province you live in, and then your mailing address, your telephone number. These are the basic information the volunteers will ask you. And also like put in the language, like is it your first time filing, and some of the basic questions regarding principal residence, foreign property. And then if you are a Canadian citizen, they will ask you about Election Canada, whether you are Canadian citizen. And then once you fill it out, there are more interview questions here, where they ask you if you want to file your tax electronically for like this year or prior years. So this is just like some of the questions they ask you. The most important thing is they probably will ask you if you have like a income last year 2021. Are you immigrant? Is this tax return for deceased person? Tax return for status Indian, or like someone in prison in 2021. All this checkbox criteria will help the volunteers to narrow down what type of tax return you're doing for. So and also most important, like these are usually checked for employment income, where you get the T4 slips. Yeah, so if you have a T4 slips, you just have to check this box, and you just have to look at the slips on your hand and see what else you have. If you have a T5007, you just check this box, and this is how you start your tax return here. If you're doing it for your first time, and also if you have interest investment income, you will check this box. If you don't have, you can ignore it or uncheck it. So for people, like usually when you look at your tax slips, there are like on your top corner of your tax slip, it will tell you whether it's a T3, T5, T4, or T4PS, or T5008. So so depends on what it is, just check it off. So if let's say you have like a capital gain if you're investing in non-registered account. You can always check this box out too, if you have a capital gain this year. And so just look through here if it applies to you. If you're self-employed, you just have to check this. And if you're tuition, you check this off. And then medical expenses here. Usually if it's like small amount, then you probably won't get a lot of tax credit back. So donation, if it's like less than 200, is probably good idea to accumulate your donations, so that it's based on the formula. So if it's more than 200, then it's like it's better. But if it's like less than that, it won't be worthwhile to put in the donation here. But of course, you can always go to the tax expert to ask more detailed questions about this, because this is just a general information that I want to share with you, which I know. So just a disclaimer, I'm not a tax expert here, but just want to share with you some of the things that you probably might run into if you're doing your own tax return here. So once you check this off, basically if you just have 1 or 2 slips, so this is very, like, once you check it off, this is available here. So a lot of people might have the T4, right, your income, and then this is only thing that you have. Then you just check plus sign here, and then type in the employer's name, and just follow the box. So if your T slips, it tells you box 14 and this is the amount, let's say 5,000, then you just type in 5,000 here, and then just follow the box number here, and then just input the numbers. And once you're done, you go next. So let's say you have a WCB, this applies to you, then you check off this and click on the plus sign. So the reason there's lots of information here, like here, this is all based on the interview setup questions here. So sorry, probably you didn't see it just now. Is this column that I was clicking on. Once I click this comes up, and when I press the plus button, the T4 income comes up here. So make sure you don't have duplicate. You probably might have 2 sometimes. Just make sure you don't have duplicate. If you have duplicate, just easily click on the negative here to delete it, basically, right? So this is based on your interview setup. Most of the time, people have simple tax return. So like T4, like medical bills, their home buyer's plan. If you're buying your house like in the first year, first time, you have some tax credit you can use, and also the RSP contribution. So it depends on this is based on your tax assessments. You can use that number to carry forward here. So, and then if you have any contribution, it actually divided into 2 portions. One's is from the first 60 days of 2022, and then the other portion is from March to December 2021. So if you use it, then you fully use it, you would just click next, and then it will actually normally applies. So just leave blank to use all your contribution here, it says. So if you're using all, great. But if you're not using all of the contribution, then you have to type in the deduction you want. So I hope that helps. So once you're done, there's a step 3 review, and they will help you to calculate the information here. So in terms of how much tax you're going to pay, and then finally it will show tax return. And once it's ready and there's no error here, so once it's ready and then there's no error here at the bottom, then you're good to file your tax return. and then you can e-file it usually if you qualify. Yeah, so I hope this short tutorial here helps you in regards to filing your tax return. Yeah, please feel free to leave any comment if you need some help. I will try my best to help you. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day and see you all. Take care.